It's your boy, Coach D Weezy, in the building, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everyone that's staying focused, motivated, disciplined. I know it ain't necessarily easy each day, but we gotta do what we gotta do, y'all. It gets way easier when we used to doing it. I'll tell you that. When you first starting off, you might be up and down with it, especially with the nutrition, which is the hardest part for anybody to lock and load. But other than that, we doing way better, or should be doing way better than we was before we started our journey. You know, some of y'all went from 140 pounds to 160, 75 pounds. That was y'all goal, to put on mass and muscle. Some of y'all went from 260 pounds to 190 pounds. Y'all goal was to lose weight and to, you know, see more definition. So either way it goes, as long as y'all staying focused and putting in the work, you're gonna get the results. You're gonna get the results. You're gonna get the results. Just seeing what y'all up to, y'all. This is the time for y'all to ask any questions. Those of y'all that's gonna be catching a recap, just put you can just message me, leave a comment in the comment section or whatever, and I'll answer you as soon as I see the message. But yeah, I feel pretty good. Just got done from eating. Just got done from eating, y'all. Man, my that food be so good. My meals be so good. It's the same meal though. I just make it taste like, on average, about 3, 4 different ways. About 3 different ways on average. But I can make it taste like 8 to 10 different ways. Ground turkey, chickpeas, some other stuff I cut up in there, and so I'm getting carbs, protein, fiber, everything. Everything. Yep. Fat, everything. Questions? Do y'all got any questions for me? Do y'all got any questions for me? If so, ask me whatever y'all gotta ask me. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, the days be going by so quick, y'all. Like, these days be flying by. Like, and everything that I have to take care of is back to back. So these days seem like, instead of 24 hours, it seemed more like 12 hours, or 16, somewhere around there. Yep. I'm looking outside the window now and see somebody running. That's good. I don't know why my eye is itching. But yeah, y'all staying focused, y'all staying motivated, y'all staying disciplined. I see so many people that's out of shape out here, y'all. Just every day, just every day in the world, y'all. Most of them can care less. That's one thing I can honestly say, is I never not cared about myself as far as health. I always done some type of exercise. I always done some form of nutrition, practice nutrition, some type of way. Even when I was doing the fast food and the Coney Islands and pizza, more than I supposed to been doing it. My bad, y'all. My eyes really itching, and it feels so good when I rub it. Man, I don't want to rub it too much to where it's red. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna rub it no more. But yeah, I always took care of myself. I say, even when I was doing the fast food and the Coney Islands and pizza and French fries this, French fries that, all the little extra sauce, ranch this, and barbecue sauce that, donuts, chips, and cookies, I still was doing probably 60-40. 60% bad, 40% good, somewhere around there. The average person is doing 80% bad and 20% good, if that. Some people just addicted to all process. They eat cereal, They eat all these frozen products that's at the supermarket in the frozen section. You know, the frozen pizzas, the Popeyes. I used to eat them things. Chicken flavor used to be one of my favorite kind. But all that processed stuff, y'all. Nothing but a bunch of processed ingredients in it. That's lacking nutrients like protein, fiber, and fat, and it's gonna get you big. That's what it's designed to do. It's doing its job. Look around at the world. It's doing its job. Yep. No protein or very little. No fiber or very little. No healthy fat or very little. The carbs are just the worst. It's refined carbs. So yeah. Yep. Yep. It's the worst. I'm just looking outside. Y'all be, just when you people watching, I'm just looking outside like it's it's just amazing how people walk past each other, y'all. They just be so caught up in what they doing, they don't even want to speak to the other person. Knowing it's the right thing to do, they just everybody on their phones or acting like they so distracted by the phones. I just saw these two people walk past each other, two ladies, and it's like I felt the energy that both of them was feeling walking past each other. They was walking past each other, face to face. And I'm just looking at the body language and I'm looking at the other lady. I just be peeping certain stuff. Nobody is really dealing with people as far as being a people person no more. Everybody is so glued to their damn phone. Welcome to the live. Lola Mia. Shout out to Lola Mia. Ask your questions. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live, people. Welcome to the live. Yep. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Shout out y'all city, state, or country. Ask y'all questions, y'all. Whatever questions y'all need to ask me. Weight loss, fat loss, gain muscle. You want to gain mass. Maybe you want to get bigger plus have some muscle sitting good up under it. Yeah. Love your video. Shout out to you. You talk about which one, the last one, or you just talk about in general the videos that I'll be putting out? I actually had plans on putting out a video tomorrow, but instead I got to put it out Thursday. It's just better, y'all. I just make sure when I put this stuff out, it's good stuff. The sound, the quality, what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. I don't want to just put out stuff just to be putting it out, y'all. So it's like y'all are gonna always feel my presence, whether it's on a live, whether it's in the community section, or through a video. Y'all are always gonna feel it all throughout the week, no matter what. Shout out to you. I appreciate you subbing, Dylan. You got any questions for me, Dylan? Or anyone else in the chat? Shout out to Lola. Ask y'all questions, y'all. Ask y'all questions. Let me see, I got 32% on there. I need to put this on let me put this thing on the charger. Go ahead, ask me whatever y'all want, y'all. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. I keep some water, y'all. Y'all already know that. I keep water at the house, and I keep a jug in my vehicle. Plug this up. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Here I come. This world is so messed up, y'all. I ain't gonna even tell y'all what I just saw. It's something that y'all done saw plenty of times, but I'm just saying I just saw it. World is something messed up. I give y'all a hint. I give y'all a hint. It rhymes with pay. That's all I'm gonna say. It rhymes with pay, P-A-Y. But that person is that. But it just, man, y'all, this world, man, I don't know what it done came to, y'all. And the thing about it, y'all, it ain't doing nothing but getting worse and worse. I don't really be judging people like that, but I'm just saying, like, when you see stuff, you can't act like you don't see something that's not normal or how it should be. I can't, like, not see it. What type of person would I be? But I ain't gonna be, like, focusing my energy on it either. But I just saw somebody, and I see that person kind of every once in a while. That wasn't my first time seeing that person. Put it like that. I need to stop rubbing my eye before it get worse. I need to stop rubbing my eye before it get worse. What y'all got for me in the chat? What do y'all have for me inside the chat? What do y'all have for me inside the chat, y'all? Ask me whatever y'all want. Y'all know I go off the energy of the live, so when the live is not moving, I stay on here for about 15 minutes, maybe 20. Give other people time to come in here at least, and then, you know, I keep it moving. But yeah, so I just been staying focused, y'all. Man, what do you think of fasting for weight loss? Fasting is good because it takes a lot of stress off your body. Definitely off your digestive system. And also, it's the fastest way to heal your body. So everyone should be fasting. We naturally was fasting back in the day before we even knew of all of this eating habit stuff that we doing today. Don't forget, the way we eat now, we was trained to eat this way. This is not how we naturally was eating. Right now, we don't eat when we hungry. We eat when we want to eat. So that's when we not hungry and when we hungry. We just eat. You think people are eating a pack of M&Ms because they hungry? No, they just eating it just out of greed. They eat a meal, whether they hungry or somewhat hungry. Yeah, do that. Yeah, grab some peanuts for later. But later turns into just say an hour or two. Just the fact of them knowing that it's there, they'll just start eating it. And I'm talking about them as far as just us as a whole around the world. As long as we know it's there, we'll do it. If we got juice in the refrigerator, chips, cookies, we don't have to be hungry. We just know it's there. And since we know it's there and we can have it whenever we want, all those problems happen. Yeah. Yep. I never done a fast to where I just wasn't eating at all. Not even for a full day. My fasts are like how they are now. Like my fast is like 16 hours in a day, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm eating in an 8-hour window. Lately, I've been so busy to where some of my meals been like OMAD because I'd be so busy, and it's like I'm twice as hungry, meaning that If I only eat 2 meals a day, I can eat both of those meals at one time. And the meals are made in the same bowl. So all I got to do, instead of eating some of it or half of it or whatever, I don't really measure it like that. I just know this meal is the same amount that I usually would eat every day. So if I eat 3/4 of it, if I eat a third of it, it don't even matter, because it's literally that whole this whole thing is measured out with all the ingredients that I need. This Tupperware. So once they go in there, and once I make it in the skillet, it's already measured out. So whether I eat 1/3 of it, half of it, it don't matter. Once I eat that whole thing, that's my daily calories. So lately I've been so hungry to where I eat the whole thing. So it's been like OMAD every once in a while. But I eat twice a day. I don't even teach OMAD, which is eating once a day, because the average person can't do it. What time do you eat? Usually in this window right now, in between like 12 and 3 or 4, somewhere up in there. Most people eat only at the busy time of day, at the busy part of their day. You notice that, right? We naturally do it. It's like, just say when you wake up, that's your busy part starting. That's why people be going crazy with breakfast, and they be eating the wrong stuff, which is the reason why they fat and out of shape, and it spikes their insulin high and for a long period of time. Because when y'all think about what people eat for breakfast, what do they eat? The same stuff that I was eating. Pancakes, eggs, sausages, waffles, with all this syrup, not maple, just regular, cheap, good tasting syrup. I used to do it too. Cereal, processed, a bunch of processed stuff, y'all. They go to these restaurants, they get all this processed, and I'm not gonna really name them on here like that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. These franchises. I name some of them. McDonald's. You know, that's just one I name off the top of my head. Maybe Tim Hortons. Y'all know those type of places. Dunkin' Donuts. You know, iced coffees and all that type of stuff. The stuff that we shouldn't be eating or shouldn't be drinking. But yeah, that's the time I eat in between that window. Yep, in between that window. Sometimes it's later than that, depending on how hard I'm grinding, to where it'll be like sometimes 8 or 9 at night. But I'll go to sleep probably like 2 hours after that, maybe 3 hours, so I'll still be able to let it digest and do what it's going to do. But I try not to eat that late. But I don't try. I aim to not do that. But if I'm busy and I got other stuff that I got to get to, it's still a work, because I'm still eating within hours before I go to sleep. Plus, y'all got to realize, when you're eating healthy, it has a positive effect on your digestive system and your insulin. So even if I'm eating later, look at what I'm eating. 93.7 ground turkey, chickpeas, tomatoes, cucumber, apple, maybe a avocado or something. It's my regular stuff. So you can't go wrong with that. If you're gonna eat later, make sure it's right. But everybody eats in their window of when they're busy, starting from breakfast, and then lunchtime at the job, right? And then what? Dinner when they get off work, which is the times when they're busy. It just, most people are eating the wrong stuff. Can you still weight train fasted? I'm not sure, because I never done it. I told you my fast is more so like what I'm doing now, because I know I can handle that. Yep. I know some people who fast and they be on like a fruit fast for 48 hours. That way they still got some energy. Maybe you just straight up water. Is that what you're doing right now? Because I imagine you would be fatigued because you don't got no energy going on. I'm just looking at something, y'all. I'm still right here. I'm just looking at something. Hold on, y'all. I was looking to see what this lady. I saw her with this thing. Hold on. I see her walking. Where did she put that thing? Oh, it looked like. Oh, they got some pictures going on over there. I can kind of see it through the trees. Just looking out the window. All right, let me see. I did abs in the gym today and pull-ups yesterday. Okay. So you just on a water fast. So how did you feel when you done the abs and then the pull-ups? Like, I know your energy is different because you putting less energy in. You putting no energy in versus some energy. Like, how you feel since you've been doing it, and how long have you been doing a water fast? I think you mentioned it before on another live, but I don't remember. Yeah, I imagine so, because you don't have no gas really going in your tank, as in calories. So the calories is fueling the body, and the body needs a minimum amount. And of course, you're giving it zero amount because you're just giving it water. Men, the body, the calories for a man, the minimum amount is like 1,500 calories, somewhere around there. The minimum amount for a woman is like 1,200. When I say the minimum amount, I'm talking about the body is burning this, whether you want to or not, whether you leave the house or not. The body is burning this. Like right now, how I'm talking to you, just say you just woke up and you're not really doing nothing but just sitting on the couch. You're burning that many calories as a man, about 1,500, just sitting there. Why? Well, what energy do you think you're using to circulate that blood? That's energy. What energy, i.e. calories, do you think your body is using for your eyes to blink? Every time they blink, as long as your eyes are open, that's your lights on. That's like you have being at the house and you hitting that light switch like this. That's energy right there, just for you to have your eyes open. That's why when you get tired, why do you think your eyes get heavy? Because you ran out of gas. There's no more fuel. You out of there. The body has to shut down and recover. You have to recharge your battery. Your body can only output so much in a 24, 48, 72 hour period. It only can do so much. Even if you fueling it with the right stuff, it'll make it go longer and better, but the body was shut down on you. And did y'all know that the same symptoms that you have from lack of sleep is the same symptoms that happen with a person that drunk too much? So just say an alcoholic and they fell asleep at the light, they fell asleep driving. The same thing happened to a person who's lacking that much sleep. You have the same symptoms. I read about this like, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 years ago. You have the same symptoms. You get delusional and everything. You'll black out. There's plenty of people that have fell asleep at a light just because they working too much. Why y'all think by law you only required to work so many hours? You only required by law to work no more than 40 hours. But to get through the law and to keep our mouth shut, they say, hey, I'm gonna pay you time and a half. That way you ain't gonna trip. And it works. Plus, I'm gonna pay you double time on a Sunday, which is definitely illegal, because that's the day that you're supposed to be spending with your family and just doing you. So they say, I'm gonna pay you double time. That's how they skip through the laws, y'all. The body only supposed to be able to just do no more than 40 hours a week. But since they throw that in there, because that's their workaround. Why you think if you working past 40 hours and they don't pay you the time and a half, they get in trouble? Because they already doing something illegal. It's too much on the body. That's why. Yeah. Let's see. I do it. I've been fasting for a while, on and off. I felt okay, not too tired, but more. Okay, I got you. I do it to lose weight. Yeah, definitely help you with weight loss. Yeah. Help heal your body cells and everything. Can I lay in bed all day and not eat and still lose weight? Yeah, because you're going to be burning calories just sitting there. But the average person ain't about to be laying in bed. Listen, it takes calories just for you to stand up. That's why I say, so as for a woman, shout out to my homegirl, Paprika Honey. So for a woman, they say if she goes less than 1,200 calories to consult with a physician. They say if a man's is like 300, maybe about 300, 400 higher than that. So if a man goes less than 1,600 daily calories, they say he should consult with a physician. Why? Because you're not even giving, or you're barely giving the body only what it needs just for you to exist. Just for me to reach up and rub my head like this is calories. For your eyes to be open, it's taking calories to do that. Your blood to circulate is taking calories. Every time you breathe, that's energy that's coming out of you. Those are calories that's doing that. That's gas in your tank. So you, about at a bare minimum, you got to make sure that you're putting 12 or 1,300 in your body as a woman, just to meet the bare minimum of your system. That's why when I put a woman on a fat and weight loss on my nutrition plan, guess where her numbers start at? 1,500. That way she's able to put the bare minimum that she's going to use back in there, plus at least she got like 300 calories to play with for her 8-hour shift at the job to get her steps in. Not saying it's going to be enough, but at least you're getting a bare minimum to where you ain't about to black out in the middle of nowhere. That's what the numbers represent when I put a woman on a fat and weight loss program. My programs are already meeting the numbers that you need. Some might need more, depending, because it's based on activity level. Right? Some might need 200 or 300 more. Easily. Right? The dudes, I start them off at 1,900. You get it? Because they're bare minimum, just to exist, they're going to be burning like 1,500 calories. Because they number is like 300 calories more than a woman's. So I get them 300-400 more to play with, because they got an 8-hour shift to do. They got resistance training. They got to walk. So they need enough fuel, enough gallons in their tank to keep going to their destinations. Let me see. Hey, it's 11 p.m. here. It's my bedtime. Just dropped through. Shout out to Paprika Honey. Shout out to Paprika Honey. But yeah, that's what that's all about, y'all. That's why I say, like, it's people that be doing these extreme deficits. I had a dude on my TT live. I don't know how old he was. This dude said he done 800 calories yesterday. I say, yeah. And while you losing that fat and weight, you're also going to be losing the muscle. 800 and some calories. I think it was 853 calories for the whole day. I said, yeah, you're going to be losing muscle also. Because I told her, I said, I bet you ain't getting enough protein in. And you losing it so fast, you can't help but to lose the muscle also. You're losing it too fast. It's called an extreme deficit. So these people that y'all be hearing, like if you hear a woman and she doing 1,300 calories, that's way too low. This woman got to go to work for 8-hour shift, even if she's sitting at the desk. It's still too low. Then she wondering why she ain't got enough energy when it's time for her to go get her steps in. She need more calories in her. She need more gas in the tank. To her, if she add more calories, she's going to gain weight. I say no. If you add more calories, that's more gallons that you add to your tank. That's going to fuel the body to where right now she running like this, thinking the calories are low and it's going to do what it's supposed to do. But really, her cortisol levels are up because she's barely even meeting the required amount just for her to exist. So her metabolism going like this. She wondering why she ain't losing the fat and weight. Yeah, because your cortisol levels are up. And if that's up, so it's insulin, which is a fat storing hormone. Why would you want any one of those to be up? And if they both work hand in hand. So if one is up, they both up. If one is down, they both down. So now if she add those gallons, those two maybe 300 extra calories, now she gonna go from like this to where she ain't really losing the weight. Maybe she was, but maybe she ain't now because her system that really kicked in as far as stress mode and fat storing mode. Now she gonna go from this to once she added 200 or 300 extra calories, she gonna go just like this. Other than that, she running off fumes. Now she like this. The fumes, she like this. So you ain't gonna gain if you under the amount of calories. You need to add 2 or 3 extra if you're that far under, just to fuel your system and add more gas to your tank. Then you're gonna go like this. Shout out to my homeboy Dan Royce in the building. Shout out to you. Manny, what is the best way to get 6-pack like yours? Manny, abs are made in the kitchen. Manny, abs are made in the kitchen. I eat the same meals. I eat the same meals. Ground turkey. Like I said, I just got done from eating. As soon as I ate, I jumped right here on the live. I just got this left to eat, y'all. So this ain't really nothing. My pre-workout for working out, I don't do pre-workout drinks. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of my time. And who knows what's in it, right? I take 2 rice cakes and put natural peanut butter on it, right? And I put 1 ripe banana, a medium ripe banana, and I cut it in half. And I put half on one rice cake and half on another. Sometimes I put some cinnamon on top of it just because I'm a cinnamon lover. But that's every once in a while. When I say every once in a while, I'm talking about like once, maybe once every 3 months or something. Do you ever get takeaways? What you mean? What you mean? Shout out to my homeboy Dan Royce. I appreciate you so much for stopping through. What you mean, do I ever get takeaways? Oh no. Them days over with. Fast food, that's the worst. That's why I tell people, if you're gonna do fast food, I will only do fast food once a month because it's the worst stuff you can put in your body. It's all processed. The meat is fake and everything. Yep. You're getting the worst of the worst. I would do that once a month. Even if I got my abs to where I wanted it, I would do it once a month. Other stuff, I will probably do like 1 cheat meal a week if I'm already liking what I like. And I would keep it simple. Or bi-weekly, like twice a month for the real food. You know how you go to a place and they making your real burger, you out with your family or whatever, and they got the real burgers and, put it on the bread. Maybe you get some French fries, which is one of the worst things you can put in your body. But if you earning this, then you good to go with that meal. But if you are all fat and out of shape and you still trying to figure this stuff out, you need to avoid it. And if you was eating it all the time, what I would do, instead of eating it every day or all throughout the week, I would eat something like that maybe once or twice a week. If I was eating it like 4 to 5 days out the week and I'm working on this stuff, I would go from pretty much 4 to 5 days out the week to once or twice a week, and then gradually work myself off of it from there to where I'm doing it maybe twice a month, and that'd be a good sweet spot. Once a month would be even better, but twice a month and you already getting those results, yeah. How do I stop myself? Well, I don't necessarily got to stop myself because it's the food that's doing it. When you eat stuff like this, right? You see it. Yeah, you see it. The yogurt, right? The yogurt. That. This stuff is nutrient dense. So, and then I'm doing stuff like my 93.7 ground turkey, right? Like I said, I just got done eating, so that's why I got this stuff just sitting around right now, right? So when you eat this stuff and you get used to eating this stuff all the time, it's full of fiber, protein, healthy fat, stuff like that, right? It's designed to stop you from having cravings for fast food. The only reason why people have a hard time pulling away from fast food, y'all ready for this? Or you ready for this? Because I just see it's just you here. It's because you're still doing a lot of it or enough of it, and it keeps reattracting itself. I don't mess with it. I'm already satisfied from the stuff that I do eat on a regular. So it's a no-brainer for me. When I was first really locking and loading my nutrition, yeah, it was something different. But that's because you got to go through the withdrawal process. See, when you can't get away from it, that's the withdrawal. Meaning that you got to have it. The craving is a withdrawal process. The craving is you can't withdraw from it. And if you try to withdraw from it, it probably seems like you want it even more. Or you call yourself not eating it for a week, but then you make up for it by eating double the amount because you haven't had it in a week. Yeah, I don't recommend no type of Coke or soda to nobody. I always say that's the worst. Get off of any pop or soda immediately. Find a replacement, a flavored water with lower calories, and go from there. Yep. I just don't even like the sound of because a lot of this stuff, right? And I get it. It's a lot of stuff out here that's healthy that ain't even healthy. Especially all the stuff that's over the internet, right? I get it. It's like they know what we looking for. That's what I'm telling y'all. So what's the best way to keep selling their product for a person that's wanting to be healthier? I'll tell you what's the best way. To put the words no sugar or diet on the packaging or on the bottle. No sugar, put the word diet, or no carbs or low carbs. Am I correct? That way they can do what they really want to do and still be doing the same things. That's why I just stick to whole foods. Notice the yogurt I'm showing you. Plain yogurt. This is plain. This isn't the flavor. Plain yogurt. This is what I use to make my cream sauce. How much protein do you eat per day? I'm eating on average 170 grams. I was doing 200, but I didn't really need an extra 30 grams. The 170 grams is good enough. The average man needs to eat about 150 to 170 grams. That's enough to maintain as well as build muscle. If it's a smaller man, just say about 150 pounds, somewhere around there, he can get away with about 130 grams a day. That'll be enough to maintain and build muscle. A woman, I usually put them at about 120 grams for the whole day. And if it's a smaller woman, she can get away with about 100 grams. Some people be wanting more, 1 gram per pound of body weight, but you ain't necessarily got to do that to maintain or build. I used to do it, so I get it. As long as you're getting enough protein to maintain and build muscle, and the most important part is making sure that you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, oh, you're going to build. You're going to build, because it can be somebody getting all the protein that they want, calories, all this type stuff, watching the diet or whatever, right? If that sleep ain't right, it's going to throw all of the above stuff off completely. That sleep is serious. I had to reset my system. I had some stuff on my mind, so I was kind of experiencing some stuff, and so my sleep was off for like a week, maybe a little over a week. And then I finally was able to bring my mind back down to a more peaceful state. Fat started melting off. I was only getting like 5 hours of sleep, and I was feeling fatigue and all that. Next thing you know, back to 7, 8 hours and no problem. Yep. Yeah, it's a bunch of benefits to training legs. Imagine your legs taken away from you. That's how important legs are. It's our mobility. Imagine getting at a certain age, right? So when we train the legs, usually back is being trained somewhere up in there also, like your lower back. So you get like a byproduct of it as far as hitting the leg muscle, the quads, the hamstring, stuff like that. Even when I'm doing calf raises, my posture is still making sure my back is being worked also. Now just imagine your mobility being taken away from you. What is people's biggest problem who are up in age, like our elderly? It's not usually this. You notice that? It's not this. It's the waist down. That's why you need to train legs. Once those legs go, you're out of there. That's what really make an old person old. Think about it. Whether it's a woman or a man. Once those legs go, you're old. Those ones that's moving around like this still, they're not old. They're just old. Why? Because they have their mobility. You must train legs. It's what's carrying everything about you around. Imagine the stress and all. Just imagine, it's what's carrying you around. Why even train any other body part and not legs? It don't make sense. It has the hardest job as far as physical when it comes to your weight, because it has to carry it. It's a great way to increase testosterone. It's a great way for you to be proportion good. When you train legs, you feel like you own the world. If you're training everything else except for legs, how do you feel like you really that strong or you own the world like that? Them legs is a must. If I didn't train nothing else and I only had to pick one body part to train, it would be legs. If I just had to pick one body part, it would be legs. Because in my mind, this is going to do what it's going to do. But I can't say that about legs. Notice the people that you see in a wheelchair. It ain't necessarily because of this. You notice that? They still able to push themselves. They still doing this, reaching for stuff and mobility. That back, that core, those knees, those legs. I'm telling y'all, serious. That's how important leg training is. You gotta train them. You got to. I remember when my legs, my quads was just so muscular. That's when I was 225, y'all. I went from 225 to this. This is the best shape I ever been in my life. I was running 10 miles straight. Yesterday I ran about, so the 10-mile run that I used to do, this was like 6-7 months ago. This picture right here, this wasn't in December, but this was like this was last year. That's what I'm getting at. Like this time last year. But the last time I was looking like this, I'm looking like this now. I just bulked up so I can gain some exercise, maybe some extra muscle, and then I just cut it down just so I can be 10 pounds bigger than this. So I'm actually looking like this. I'm just not conditioned like this, but I'm getting myself up there, right? So yesterday was the first day, y'all. I just started back running in July. I started back cutting. I started cutting in July, right? Because I just came off of walking in June, right? So it started with walking maybe the first week, maybe 2. And then I started doing a little jog run in between. And next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm back running now. So yesterday was the first day that I made it all the way to the destination, because it's usually 5 miles there and 5 miles back. That's the 10-mile run that I'm talking about, right? Of course, I ain't do the 5 miles there and the 5 miles back. So I ran it as long as I could. I don't know how many miles it was, right? But I just know I ran it. Then I stopped it. Then I ran it, stopped, ran, that type of thing, right? So I say it still was 5 miles getting there and 5 miles back. Whether we talk about walking and running combined all together, right? So I say if I had to add up how much I ran, I would say maybe 6 miles, maybe. Maybe, I'm not sure. Definitely 5. Because I'll say if it takes 5 miles to get there and 5 miles back, I definitely ran 2.5 there out to 5. Because I was walking and running and walking and running, right? And I'll walk a little decent distance, but I'll run a nice distance, right? Then I'll break it back down. So I'll say 2.5 miles there, 2.5 miles back, 5, which is the biggest number that I've done since I started back running, July 1st. So you talk about 7, almost 2 months in, 7, 8 weeks in. Yeah. Can you train full body with a pull-up bar? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can train full body with a pull-up bar. Yep. You go from the pull-ups to body squats. Yep. That's what I done for the last, not my last video, but that park video. Because the last video was an arm video. The one before that, I was at the park. Yeah. Train full body. At home, at a park, at the gym. Yep. Full body. Of course. Yep. But y'all need the muscle. Y'all need to train resistance train. Because the resistance train helps control your blood sugar. That's why y'all see even those old people at the gym. Because we need that muscle. Otherwise, it's going to be vanishing away as we get older and older and older. That's why y'all see that old person on that machine. Because the muscle is actually maintaining their blood sugar level. It's keeping them out of harm's way for making whatever illnesses that they might have worse, or taking them from where they are at for their age, which is in good shape or decent shape, to all hell breaking loose. We need the muscle. You don't got to be going crazy heavy and all, but you need to be going as hard as you can in that gym. That's why they say put on as much as you can in a lean type of way, because it gets to breaking down, or it's harder for you to build it up once you get older. That's why you need to build up now. I've been doing this since I was 12. You need resistance training. You need some type of cardio. The number one cardio in the world is just regular walking. A regular brisk walk. Just imagine it being a little cold outside with a little breeze. Notice when it's like that, people not walking at their slowest as if it's summertime, right? As if it's 80 degrees out. So when it's a little breeze out, and it's when the wind chill is kind of up and the weather is low, you walk accordingly, right? So that pace is fat burn mode, to where you're not out of breath, but you're not taking your sweet old time like a day like it is like today for me, to where you can just walk shorts. Some people might even have a hoodie on right now, depending, pants, it don't matter. You can just literally take your time. Sun is shining bright. You can feel the sun on your skin. The best shoulder workout is shoulder press. Nothing beats that. Just straight up dumbbell press. Yep. That, and do a shrug. Dumbbell shrugs like this, or with the barbell. Yep. Shoulders is simple. Just go hard. Biceps is simple. Just go hard. Tricep, chest, all of it is simple. You only need like 2 or 3 exercises for every body part. Whichever exercises exhaust your muscles the most, focus in on those. Because that's the ones that's telling you, okay, I like these. This have me breathing heavy. Focus on those. I'm about to get ready to get off here, y'all. I got another platform I got to jump on. So, yeah. This lasted longer than I thought, because I go off the energy of the crowd. So technically, this would have been ending about 45 minutes ago, 30, 45 minutes ago, but the energy was up. So yeah, shout out to you. You got any more questions for me, Manny? Do you got any more questions? So shoulder press and dumbbell shrugs or barbell shrugs. And then, you know, lateral raise. You can do that with the cable or the dumbbells. Because ain't nothing like having these outer shoulders sticking out there. Those things have to be out there. Shoulders just make your whole body look different. Back make your whole body look different, y'all. Them shoulders and that back. All right, I'm gonna see y'all. I'm about to get ready to jump on a whole nother live, y'all. I'll see y'all. It's your boy, Coach D Weezy. We are gone. If y'all know anyone that wants to be part of a positive community of people that's going forward and up and not down and back, make sure y'all tell them about my channel, y'all. Tell them it's a group of people over here that don't make no excuses, and all we do is win. It's your boy, Coach D Weezy. We are gone.